Oh, wow. 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 This is what I look like when I wake up. I can't look at myself without laughing. That is very bad. My name's Lena, and looks like I'm aging. Oh. Okay, this is supposed to be a realness video, but I actually don't think it should be an alarming video, so I'm just going to go take something off and take my face off. So I decided something this morning. I decided that if 2017 is going to get any better, we're going to all have to start being honest about the way we're feeling, about the way we're voting, about the kind of people we mix with, and if we're mixing with enough different kinds of people. But that's not whatever today. We're going to talk about something I feel like people think I talk about all the time, but in fact probably never honestly talk about, and that is my weight. Yay! Here are a list of truths that I haven't said on this channel before, but I want to say them because I feel like other people might feel the same, and I don't hear a lot of people saying it. I've been watching so much body positivity stuff recently that I'm like, cool, but also, and I'll get to why soon. I am a size 18. I don't want to trigger anybody by saying how much I weigh, but I weigh what you'd imagine somebody who is a size 16 to 18 in the UK weighs. I feel like a lot of girls make videos on YouTube about their weight, and they pinch their arm and they're like, yeah, look at the fat. No, look at that's like about at this point, about when I hold my arm, about 50% of it is fat, not muscle or bone. I have one of these. What are these? I grew up with friends who had serious eating disorders, as in hospitalising level eating disorders, and from a young age I kind of dropped the other way. Whenever I saw food, I was like, you eat that food. Eat that food. Whenever I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't have another, I'd go, that's how it starts. And I'd have 2 more just to compensate. All the time pretending it was okay to be the fat one and not get cast as the heroine in school plays and be cast as the matron or the mum all the time, because I was confident and I was happy. And that was true. I was confident and I was happy, and that was okay. However, I also got diagnosed with PCOS when I was 15, which I have made a whole video on, and I will link below. It's kind of a quite serious thing where you have cysts on your ovaries and it affects all of your hormones and whether you can reproduce, which is apparently unlikely. And it also affects the way insulin operates in your body. So notoriously, people with PCOS find it really, really hard to lose weight and really, really easy to gain weight. And that is something that I found to be very, very true. When I went to uni, my feeling was I deserved to have the uni experience that everybody else had. And the uni experience everybody else had was so much takeaway and so much food. And I'd spent the summer before uni volunteering doing manual labour in the desert. So I was I was the fittest I've probably ever been. And then in that first 2 years of uni, I just ate like everybody else ate. I didn't go to McDonald's and order 10 meals at once and eat them, which would be fine. But I didn't. I just ate the takeaways that everybody else ate, and I drank the beers that everybody else drank. And also solidarity for solidarity for the girls out there who have hot friends. And I've always had hot friends and I love them, and they always just, I don't know what it is, I just they just tend to be really hot, and that's fine. But if you've always been used to being the one that guys hit on last or don't hit on at all, I feel you, man. And I also feel you for whenever I upload a video with Hannah and Lucy, and they don't even really know this, whenever I upload a video with Hannah and Lucy onto my channel, I get people, especially when it trends, because it trended worldwide last time, and I had so many comments from people that were scoring us out of 10 and being Lucy's a 10, Hannah's a 9, Lena's a 4. The other two are hot as hell, but I wish the fat one wasn't in it. I delete them straight away because in the spur of the moment I don't care. But I just wanted to be if you're that person, that is totally, I feel you, and it's fine, and it cannot affect you, but also kind of affects you all the time, and that's okay. I'm making this video because I've been so positively affected by all of the body positivity feeds, especially on Instagram. There's been some amazing girls that I link below that have just been it's just been so good to just watch them dance. After ignoring the diet industry, attending Slimming World for 3 weeks and then quitting, making these harming resolutions to want to lose 4 stone in a year, and then abandoning them and swinging the feminist way, swinging the way I should have swung, where I was like, no, I don't care about my weight, I'm beautiful the way I am, I don't care. I finally saw girls who were how I would look were I to be fit, which isn't, because I think also all the other times that I wanted to lose weight, I was aiming at these bodies that like just weren't mine. Like they weren't, like the bodies that I was looking at and the bodies that I was like, I should look like that when I'm skinny. Like I'm never gonna look like that. But Instagram has shown me women that are fit at my body type and my weight, and I want that. Like, I look at them and I'm like, I want that. And is that okay? And I know that as a feminist, I should be okay with all of my chub and, like, just wiggle it around all day and draw faces on it. But at the same time, I'm 27. I don't know if you could see from the beginning of the video and how well I'm aging. But I'm going to be 27 this year. And that really freaks me out, especially because I think a lot of my friends, because of YouTube, are, like, a lot younger. I'm like, I'm going to be 27. I'm very aware that while it's more and more trendy to be chubby, I'm also like really risking diabetes at this point, like really risking it. You're like, I'm always going to be pre-diabetic because I've got PCOS, and I've had like diabetic tests before, and I'll probably have them in the future because they always check to see whether you've actually got it, but I'm always on the brink of diabetes. And that's not, who wins? I don't think, who wins if I keep eating the way I do and keep avoiding exercise a lot and keep having these really unhealthy patterns of treating my body and get diabetes? Like, how many feminist points do we get for that? I don't know if it's that many. But the problem is, every time I spiral into being like, I'm going to lose weight, it's January, I'm going to go for jogs every day, I lose because I make it not about being healthy, and I make it not about treating my body well. I make it about all of the things that feminism says you shouldn't make it about. And then I feel like a failed feminist, and then I quit. And then I feel like a winning feminist, but then I also feel lethargic and tired and ill all the time because I'm just eating beige foods, or I'm not moving as much, or I don't feel like my day's mine because I've just sat in a chair and worked a 9 to 5, 9 to 8, who knows, every day and not done things. So I want this to be the year that I sort that out in my head. And I thought it would be cool if I documented it. I've taken you running before. I actually kind of like running. I don't really want to make these I do want to make these videos, but I always thought they were unnecessary or stupid. And then I started thinking about and trying to find if channels existed that were weight loss ones that I need and want, and they weren't about what I did to lose weight. They were like about how you feel when you lose weight. And I so need a channel like that, and I can't find one. And if you can link any below, let me know. But otherwise, I guess I'm making these videos. I might show you the exercises I'm doing. I might show you the food I'm eating. But what I'm really going to talk about is how my weight loss is going to be a feminist weight loss. Because is that possible? Is that possible? I'm going to have a feminist weight loss year. Even when I say that aloud, that sounds impossible in my head. And that's probably inaccurate, but that how I feel when I say feminist weight loss is like, no. Let's try it, shall we? Because I want to be fit so much, and sometimes I just want to be able to do a cartwheel, and I want to go travelling again, and I want to be able to climb and do bouldering how I used to be able to when I was like 19. And I want to be able to fold, I want to be able to sit and read a book and fold my knees up to my chin. And I just want to be able to like be in my body more. I feel like because I'm a reader and because I'm like the clever one, I'm always in my head philosophizing or doing clever stuff with my brain at work, and I'm never in my body. I never live there, and that's really sad. I'm rereading this book. Do you know what? This is the book. I've had this book for about 6 years, and I've started reading it about 4 times, and I've got to like here, and then I'm just like, this is too real. I can't. And I stopped reading it. It's one of the only books I stopped reading because it's so good. But it's also so, it's that friend that you're like, you see into my soul, I hate you. And then you walk off because you're like, no, stop telling me truths. You want to be the first person to tell yourself about yourself. And when somebody else does, or some bloody book called Facts of Feminist Issue does it for you, you're like, oh. But this year I'm going to read that book. I don't identify with a lot of the advice on the internet for losing weight because I really hate getting up when it's dark. I'm really bad at routine, and I think that's just something that I'm going to accept. I love trying new things. I love like being a maverick and changing the plan and I can't do a routine. I don't really have one kind of exercise that I want to repeat doing. Like that's very, like, I can't think of a worse fate. I don't like thinking about the food that I eat before I eat it. I like thinking about what I feel like and then making it. So food prepping never works, or planning or diet plan, no. And I also just don't want to redevelop a bad relationship with food when I finally got to this place at 26 years old where I can eat a pizza and not feel like maybe now I'm gonna miss out on love. Here's some truths that I hate from this book. I hate them. To be fat means to compare yourself to every other woman, looking for the ones whose own fat can make you relax. Being fat means to be outgoing and jovial to make up for what you think are your deficits. To be fat means having to wait till you are thin to live. To be fat means to have an excuse for failure. To be fat means to wait for the man who will love you despite your fat. The man who will fight through the layers. To be fat nowadays means to be told by women friends that men aren't where it's at, even before you had a chance to know. Oh, I felt like that so much as a teenager. I felt, oh. Also, I'm going to add one. To be a fat YouTuber means to look thinner in your videos than you actually are, and for people to comment on this video and go, you're not fat, and me to go, no, but I'm a bit chubby. And it also means to be a little bit as part, like literally 5% of my brain when I meet people, or I'm going to like a YouTube meetup or somewhere in the city to meet people who watch my channel, and like know that when they look at me they're a bit like, oh, it's a bit heavier than I thought. I don't know if anybody thinks that, but I always think they're thinking that, and like I get past it like pretty much immediately, but like the thought is definitely always still there. I just wanted to say all this stuff because I don't know if it's just honesty. I'm not saying that any of it's like the right way to think, but I just wanted to know if any of you felt the same, because I have a feeling that you might. Every time that I exercise, there's part of my brain that goes, you're doing this for the wrong reasons, you should stop. And then I stop exercising. And I like exercising, and I really, for the professional things I want to accomplish this year and the places I want to go as like a boss manager woman, I need exercise, I need energy, I need discipline, I need habits, and I just have never got to that place inside me where I've reached that level. And this year is the year that I am sure, and I've doubted every year before, but I'm sure this year I can keep the duality in my mind of I'm okay with the way I am and I love myself and I'm a feminist and I am trying to get fitter and I am trying to get discipline and not cause myself an eating disorder. Is that possible? I don't know. Should we find out? Is this a stupid thing to put on the internet? Because I worry that body positivity is amazing and it's everybody's choice to stay exactly the way they are, and that it's beautiful. And I'm watching all of these like body positive Instagrammers who are my size and who are bigger than my size, just like literally just loving themselves, and it is so amazing. But for me, I am worried only isolated and personally about myself and my health, and the fact that I might get diabetes, and that when I do want to travel and I do want to go on ventures, I won't have the stamina to do exactly what I want to do. And I'm also scared that when Donald Trump triggers the next apocalypse, I will be the slowest to run away. I'm going to need to be able to jump some fences, man. I also got a bit of a scare over Christmas because I got the flu jab, and immediately after I got flu. Which I thought was just like phantom flu, and then it just continued, and I had flu from the 5th of December. I kind of still have flu, and when I got home for Christmas, and I was like so ill, I came into work because I'm an idiot, and I just pushed myself, and I wasn't doing any exercise because I felt too awful to do exercise, and I was eating fruit and vegetables, but also rubbish because I was like so tired and run down, and I just needed energy. And then I got off the train at Christmas, and my mum looked at me and she was like, I don't think that's flu. And then she took me to the walk-in centre on Christmas Eve, and it turns out I had sinusitis. And I got a talk from the doctor about how I should look after myself more and stop pushing myself. And it's rubbish because all my colleagues had that jab and nobody got ill, and I think it's because my immune system is run down because I'm not looking after my body properly. And then I also got into this thing of like, that's how people get chronic illnesses, because they wear down their immune system so much and they don't take care of their body, so they get all those chronic illnesses that they never get over, and then their immune system gets worn down so much that then they just get like the common cold and then they die. I don't know why people think I'm a hypochondriac. I don't want to die, so I'm gonna do this. So yeah, I don't know what this series is going to entail. I don't know how often I'm going to upload, because obviously the main focus of the series is to keep my mental health as healthy as possible. But I do want to pledge to update you guys and invite you to join me and see if you have any resources too in the comments. Like, is it possible to be losing weight as a feminist? Like, intentionally losing weight as a feminist? And like, if it is, like, do you have any resources you can put below? That would be great. I might take you on some runs. I used to do that anyway. Take you on some runs and tell you how I'm thinking about everything. I might tell you the kind of food changes that I'm making, because like hell, I'm making any rules for myself food wise, but I also do want to eat more healthy, so that's gonna be interesting. But like, I really can't, the rules do something weird to my brain because of the post bikini body world we've suddenly moved into, and then everyone feels like we've always lived there, where I'm like, I think I still bear the mental scars of being a teenager during the bikini body, never seeing any of the bodies phase. Like, I can't, if I make rules for myself eating wise, it does just spiral into being damaging. And I'm not going to shy away from saying that, like, I have tried to make myself sick before, and like, I'm not saying I have bulimia because I think I recognised the signs and stopped, but like, that has happened, and I've definitely overeaten before. I've definitely pushed myself to that place where I am like crying and eating. Oh, this is really honest, but like, I also just need to, I think it might be a good honest, I think this might be good to put on the internet. Is it probably good to put on the internet? I don't know. Like, I've definitely binge eated to the point where I'm like, I really don't want it, and the compulsive, like, it's scary, like, you literally just can't stop yourself, and you're feeling sick and you want to cry, but you want to punish yourself by eating. And that's happened. And they're things that they haven't really been patterns. They've just been like events in my life that have happened like once a year since I was like young. And thankfully they've never spiraled into anything worse, but I am also aware that I'm capable of that. So, this might be humiliating to put on the internet, but I'm also so over the stories where it's already happened to somebody and they tell you in retrospect. Because like, if I tell you in retrospect like how I lost weight like a feminist, I'm not going to remember what it was like. I'm going to erase it, because that's what you do when you're good at something and you're successful at something, is that you like forget how you got there properly, because you want to believe that like part of it was just magic, or you don't want to remember some of the hard times because it's kind of like childbirth and your body just erases it, and I don't want to do that. I'm also really like hyperly aware that I don't want to trigger anybody. That means always clarifying that I'm only talking about myself. It means not using negative words towards the way I look and my body. It means not comparing myself to other people's and using words that aren't cool to use towards other people. It means not talking about my weight. It means giving you snapshots into what I'm eating, but it means not telling you everything I'm eating or a plan. And they're all things that, like, you know, they're a shame not to include, but they're also like important, because I haven't lived through a full-blown eating disorder, and I'm trying to be tolerant to the people that have or are susceptible to doing so. And God damn it, I'm not gonna be that YouTuber. So I just want to say now that, like, I'm not disgusted by my weight. My body does not repulse me as it has in the past. And I love my body, and I have got to that place where if I stayed this weight forever, that would be okay. I would still feel like me. I would still feel entitled to all of the love and all of the jobs. But I also want more. I want more energy. I deserve more energy. I deserve to not be excluded from the exercise and sports in world because I am scared of not being a feminist. Stupid. And I deserve to not get diabetes because I have PCOS, and I need to start taking that seriously because I'm going to be a 27-year-old woman. My body has a problem with insulin and can't produce sugar properly, and I do put on weight really easily, and I know that it's going to be so hard to lose weight. I'm in so many PCOS forums where people talk about how hard it is to lose weight. As a woman with PCOS, I know that's going to be hella harder, but from now on, that is going to be a factor in my journey to being healthier, not the reason I don't. I've kept myself chubby because I was scared of eating disorders, and I was scared of not being a real feminist. And I've also just wanted to do other things. I've been lazy. I wanted to sleep in, and I've not wanted to go out in the cold, and I've also just thought it was below me because I'm an idiot. And I always think like, oh, I'm clever. I don't need to, what the fuck? I am not going to get any further in my life if I don't take control of all parts of me, mind, spirit, and body. Like, I just need to, that needs to be mine again. And I don't think by ignoring its needs and its wants and being respectful to it and treating it in a nice way, I don't think that's winning. Being big and being happy with that is such a powerful feminist statement. Treating your body like shit and making yourself ill isn't a feminist statement. That's rubbish. And that's what I think. Do you think that's wrong? Tell me in the comments below. So join me on this journey where I find out if it's possible to lose weight as a feminist. You guys see me confident quite a lot. You might see me not confident in these videos. But that's okay because we need it. We need it. It needs to happen. If you've got PCOS too, which I think a lot of you have because your comments on my last video would suggest yes, holler me below and tell me if you have any like requests of anything you'd like me to cover in these videos, or any questions you have, or any resources you can push me towards, because I believe I don't know anything about this. I don't either, especially losing weight with PCOS. I know it's different. And if you also have any pointers for me to make this a feminist series and make sure that I don't say anything shitty about other women, or I don't like do anything triggering, like tell me what I shouldn't do below. Like tell me below. Thank you for being my internet friends and for being amazing. I always love talking to you guys in the comments, and I think your comments are usually more intelligent than my old videos, so I look forward to those. Frog snug out.